Hey, thought leaders. This is the personalbranding.com podcast, and I'm your host, Dillon Kivo. Join us to learn how to build a legacy, boost your reputation, and make a lasting impact. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the personalbranding.com podcast, and I'm your host, Dillon Kivo, and today we're going to explore one of the most crucial moments in your branding journey, which is scaling your personal brand. You've built a strong foundation, you've grown your audience, and now it's time to take things to the next level. But here's the thing. Scaling isn't just about increasing numbers. It's about expanding thoughtfully, strategically, and in a way that stays true to who you are. So how do you know when it's time to scale? And more importantly, how do you scale effectively without losing the essence of your brand? Let's dive in. So some key steps that will guide you through this exciting yet complex process. The first thing is know when it's time to scale. Scaling isn't just something that you jump into because you feel like it. It's a calculated move. So how do you know when it's that time? The first indicator is growth, real sustained growth. If your brand has started to reach a point where your messages are resonating, your audience is engaging, and you're starting to get attention from key influencers or potential business partners, then congrats. You're likely ready to scale. But scaling doesn't always mean just a bigger audience. Sometimes it's about a deeper connection with the right audience. So here's a big one, your capacity. Are you stretched too thin? Are you turning down opportunities because you can't handle more? If you're consistently overwhelmed or at your limit, it might be time to expand your operations. Scaling involves bringing in help, whether it's hiring a team, working with collaborators, or leveraging new technology. And lastly, are you getting requests from collaborations or partnerships, opportunities from them? If you're starting to attract attention from others in your industry or even, complementary industries, that's a huge sign. It shows that your brand is resonating and others want to be a part of it. The second thing, scaling with authenticity. When you're ready to scale, the key is to never lose that authenticity that made your brand successful in the first place. Your community and followers trust you because of who you are and the value you bring. If you try to scale too aggressively, you risk losing that connection. The best way to scale authentically is by focusing on what you do best. Ask yourself, what are the core values of my brand? What do I offer others can't? When you scale, think about expanding your reach without compromising on your message. It's all about maintaining your voice while amplifying it. So for example, let's say you're an entrepreneur who's known for offering actionable business tips, right? Scaling doesn't mean abandoning your unique insight to follow trends. It means finding new ways to share your message. It could be through collaborations, new content formats, or even branching into new platforms. You could start off by offering one-on-one coaching. You can even scale to digital products like ebooks or courses, but make sure those offerings, they feel like a natural extension of what you've already built. And at the heart of it, it's all about maintaining that genuine connection with your audience. If you scale without considering the values and connections you've already built, you risk creating a brand that feels hollow, empty, inauthentic. And that's something we want to avoid at all costs. The third thing, leveraging the power of networking. Now let's talk about community and networking. I can't stress this enough. Your network is one of those most powerful assets when scaling your personal brand. When you expand, you're not just reaching a broader audience. You're also connecting with new influencers, partners, and collaborators who can elevate your brand. Building meaningful relationships within your industry is one of the most effective ways to scale strategically. Start by connecting with people who share your values and vision. These are the people who can help amplify your voice and offer valuable opportunities. But it's not just about what they can offer you. It's about what you can contribute to each other as well. This mutual support is the foundation of a strong personal network. Whether it's industry conferences, online communities, groups, or social media, every interaction is an opportunity to build your brand further. So engage with intention. Build those relationships before you need them. Reach out to offer value and make sure people know who you are and what you stand for. And as scale, think about partnerships that align with your values. Who can help extend your reach or add credibility to your brand? It could be co-hosting webinars, collaborating on projects, or simply endorsing each other is still going to help you both out. Networking isn't about collecting followers. It's about cultivating long-term meaningful relationships. Moving on to number 4, expanding your reach with new channels. So now that you've got your brand and network aligned, let's talk about the practical side of scaling, expanding your reach through new channels. Scaling often means diversifying where you show up online. You've likely built a strong presence on, 1 or 2 platforms, but there's always room to explore new channels. Maybe it's LinkedIn for thought leadership, or YouTube for long form content, or even a podcast for deeper connection. But here's the thing, don't just show up everywhere, be strategic. Where can you make that impact? Where is your ideal audience spending their time already? If you try to be everywhere, you'll likely just stretch yourself too thin. So focus on platforms that align with your brand and strengths. And remember, consistency is key across all channels. Even as you scale, your message needs to stay cohesive and clear. The 5th one, sustainable growth, balancing ambition and feasibility. Scaling too quickly can just be as dangerous as scaling too slowly. We've all seen those stories of businesses that just grew too fast, only to crumble under the pressure. As you scale, make sure you're pacing yourself. Focus on sustainable growth. That means balancing ambition with feasibility. It's okay to take on new opportunities, but don't sacrifice quality for quantity. And when you scale, also think about automation, right? Streamlining your processes, whether it's using tools to manage your social media, automating your email marketing, or hiring a team to help with content creation. These systems will allow you to scale without burning out. Sustainable growth means building a strong infrastructure that supports your expansion. Scaling your personal brand isn't a one-time decision. It's a process that requires careful planning, authenticity, and the ability to connect with the right people. So when you're ready to take that next step, remember, stay true to who you are, lean on your network, and expand thoughtfully. As always, thank you for tuning in on today's episode. I hope you walked away with some actionable insights on how to scale your personal brand the right way. If you've actually enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. Please leave a review. That always helps. I'll be back next week with more tips and strategies to help you grow your personal brand. Thank you, take care, and God bless. Thanks for tuning in. I'd love to hear from all of you. Follow and connect with me on all of your favorite social media platforms at Dillon Kivo, DILLONKIV as in Victor O. And until next time, keep building your brand and stay golden.